All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Here
at
it is.
Souls for Less, the man himself, the undefeated son. My friend, you're an absolute kind of king of early shoes. Like, how are you able to constantly be on this?
On the ball of getting all the
on
early
point.
pairs.
Well, hold on. Before we even get there, because I feel like that's like the best part. Can you just introduce yourself to people that actually don't know who you are? Kind of give a brief little history about what you do.
About the Souls for Less.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my name is Kenneth, also known as Souls for Less. Pretty much, I partnered up with a guy that's well known in the sneaker community as Sold by JC. He is pretty much the one that specializes in first on feet and trying to get those first looks for everybody to pretty much all over the sneaker community. Overall, we work together. We're based off in Miami, Florida, and between both of us together, we have a couple of plugs that introduce us to the world of early pairs.
Okay, awesome.
And what, prior to you meeting Sold by JC, did you have with the sneaker community? Like, were you a kid that just grew up and you were always like, all right, the Jordan 1s are like, that's my shit? Or were you rocking like some Air Force 1s? Or how what got you into this sort of reselling niche?
Well, to be honest, I'm probably one of the guys that you're gonna have on your podcast that wasn't into sneakers until I saw it more of a business aspect than anything else.
Okay.
Truthfully, I'm just like a down to earth guy. I wasn't really into the sneakers until, like I said, I met JC and JC got me into it. And I honestly didn't know how to tell a difference from an Air Force One to a Jordan 1. You know, I wasn't that type of guy that didn't know anything about the sneakers. But I guess you could say that I was more of a silent partner where it came to investing into money and seeing money grow faster.
Yeah.
That kind of just got me into it. Now I kind of have to get myself into the news and the updates and check, social media such as you guys checking out what's coming in, what's coming, what's releasing and stuff like that. And obviously with the different plugs that come in and send us, things that we want to buy, we also kind of get a feeling of, okay, we know what's coming, what's not coming, samples that don't get approved, samples that are going to get approved and start production and stuff like that. So it's an interesting world, especially coming from somebody that didn't know anything about it. And to this day, I honestly am not even an expert. So I'm just pretty much in it mostly because it's interesting and it's kind of like a business aspect that you can see it.
Yeah, you're just like a humble businessman, just trying to hustle a dollar. I can respect that.
That's crazy. So how did you meet Souls by JC?
With Sold by JC, bro, it was pretty much kind of like we went to college together and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
And so it was like just kind of like a friendship stuff, And he's like, hey, bro, what do you do after school? Or what do you do when you're not working and stuff? So it was like that. I mean, I have a full-time job, a 9 to 5. JC does too. But together, we kind of like, he's taking over a certain time, like, and kind of like we work in different schedules.
Okay.
And especially when you want to get into this type of industry where you got to try to be on top of everybody.
Yeah.
Not that we are, but it's a very difficult thing to do because it's kind of like a lot of time. You have to be up with the different time zones, so you got to be on top of that. And the way that this industry works, like if you want to be the first one, you're gonna have to either have the money ready and be awake when they make you that offer.
Yeah, 100%. That makes 100% because you get a lot of your shoes. Sometimes they don't have like the box or the size tag, so it could be like they came right off like the factory line, like all the way out in like China. So they are running on a 100% different time schedule.
Correct. I mean, it's very difficult when, like I said, I can speak for myself. It's very hard. Like for JC, it was kind of hard because he had it all by himself,
Yeah.
So when I decided to jump in, he's the one that offered. Hey, look, I'm kind of growing. This guy was somebody that everybody doubted. Somebody that I would say would leak these pictures and people will be like, oh no, they're fakes or they're not coming out. until little by little he started shutting down different people that will speak like that. And till this day, myself, I get heat all the time. Like, oh no, you're releasing pictures that are fakes, or these shoes are not coming out. Until next thing you know, people that I would say, how would you say it? Like if HypeNaysh posted it, then it's legit.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like a lot of people, like there's so many haters out there just because they don't want you to have like the grail pair before anyone else.
Exactly.
So they're gonna tell you it's fake, like because they want to be the person to have
the first one.
And you guys do get early pairs like crazy early. Like it is sometimes it's like
Scott's,
the already with the dark mochas.
Yeah.
And you had all those Art Basels too. That was
crazy.
How does your do you just have like a network that's spread out and you just have boys? It's like, all right, like, wait, you guys are in Florida for the Art Basel, so that's easier. But like for example, for like a New York release, like say like there's a super hype shoe dropping in New York, do you just have some boys that just roll up from Florida and drive out here, or
do you guys come travel up
it's
here?
It's really based on, like you said, it's on who you know and how you know them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we built a lot of social networking, especially when you guys go to like different meetup events, you know, SneakerCon, Sneaker Games, Hype Central, Hype Fest, all these trades and shoe events. We kind of get to know different people. So it's funny because the funny way you say it, that the Stowflies, they were supposed to be a Miami Art Basel release, but the ones that we got never
even released.
Yeah.
So they were never. I mean, they never made it to Miami, and for us, I mean, and the good thing about it, like one thing I want to clear up, like sometimes when we sell these shoes, you guys probably think we're making a lot of money off of them, but the truth is that for us to get all these early pairs, we have to pay resale for the shoes, and at times we've paid more than we bargained for just to keep the plug happy, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's the funny thing. So we've lost money, same way we make money. Sometimes I always just kind of say we break it even, you know, because overall what we do is just get one shoe to put the on-feet pictures that JC does. As you can see, JC's feet is the one that has the koi fish tattoo.
Yeah.
That's how you would know him in the streets.
Yeah.
Other than that, he doesn't like to show his face.
Oh, okay.
And that's kind of a smart move though.
Yeah,
is to always just get one pair and always be the guy that always has because that's the picture that gets leaked around on Instagram or Facebook, and that's how you build that influence.
Correct.
And then at the same time, go ahead.
No, at the same time, like you said, we get all these shoes. We got to get one shoe. We market it. You know, we try to make sure that we push it to kind of give it that hype that the people want it. They want to cop it. You know, they just don't want to drop it. And we've seen it happen because we've seen shoes that we have in our, like you say, in our vault that we don't get time to take pictures of, and you know, people don't really buy it. So by the time that they release, they're not worth the money we paid for. So we kind of have to cut our ties and just give it a loss, you know?
Yeah.
Take the L.
Is that something where you just don't have the time to take the pictures, or you just don't have the time to like post them, like?
Well, it depends because like JC for example has the connect where like he gets people to reach out to him and like hype beasts or stuff like that they want to get the pictures, and they're like, oh, if you get them, send them to me, and they have specific demands, you know. So if we don't have it, like if we're rushing, then the pictures will not make it to the internet.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
So we kind of if we just post the pictures ourselves, and you don't see them reposted that much, is because we probably didn't take the pictures of the angles that they wanted, or the resolution and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
So it does take time because, believe it or not, the way you see it, JC is the one that takes the pictures on his own.
Right.
At times when we're working. So he's trying to do everything on his own and kind of taking the pictures from his camera phone, like from his phone, that controls it with his regular professional camera.
Okay. Yeah.
Damn. But
that's cool.
Dude,
that's
that just
awesome.
takes like some serious dedication though.
Yeah.
Like being on top of that and having to take all those fucking pictures. Like,
it's a lot of product photos.
Yeah, absolutely. And then just the process of even like getting the shoe and hustling the money to make it.
Yeah. At first it was much easier. It was much easier for him because I'm pretty sure you guys know, one of our friends, or a close guy to us, is Yankee Kicks.
Yeah. And
Yankee Kicks is the one that kind of puts all the shoes on first. You know, he would pretty much buys a lot of shoes. He, you know, before I even started working with JC, he was working with JC, and so there were two people, you know, so they were being able take more pictures. But now it's kind of like a little bit more complicated because for me, I can never get any early pairs unless I'm lucky because I'm like a size 13, 14.
Oh yeah, that's what I am. I'm a 14, 15.
So JC is always between a 9.5 and a 10.
Yeah,
so he always tries to cop the shoes at that size in order for him to be able to take the picture, and then he normally keeps them off for his personal pair.
Yeah.
Dang, I can respect that. And Yankee Kicks has a huge blog, man. He has such an inventory list of just like styles,
everything.
Like he like.
We
so many early.
We saw a lot of the shoes that he's been gone for a little bit due to personal reasons, but he came back just like a couple days ago.
Nice.
And he has a pretty nice lineup for you guys coming these next couple of days.
Go.
So there's certain things that we give him respect for. So we try not to leak the pictures or anything like that.
Right.
But he has a lot of shoes coming that I think some Asian exclusives, some Chinese New Year's. I think he posted Chinese New Year's Air Max 97s today.
Nice.
But yeah, he's one of those big guys, man. He's big name out there.
Yeah. And is that so? Would you guys say you three are like a little group that runs together, or or is it just you and JC and then Yankee Kicks just runs his own things as well?
If you need it, he'll help you out.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say with Yankee Kicks, I think JC works a little bit more with him. But when it comes to like different events, like Yankee is affiliated with Sneaker Games, so we work with Sneaker Games as well, and so they kind of have like Yankee Kicks kind of like becomes a sponsor or a host to the event or a special guest, how you want to see it.
Yeah.
And so we do work with Yankee in that sense, but at the same time, Yankee's still kind of like a client for JC and other plugs out there. So he's very. If anyone has a specific shoe that he doesn't have, he doesn't choose sides. So he pretty much likes to share his money and buy from different people as long as the price is right.
Okay.
Have you ever traveled outside of the U.S., say to like China, to go
factory searching?
Yeah, to go factory shopping.
Nothing yet. Like for me, I've only been in this thing overall maybe a year and a half, if not maybe less. But and then JC and I we're thinking of meeting that for this year. That's our goal for 2019. We got a couple of connects in China that want us to go over. We have people up in Vietnam, Taiwan, Europe, everywhere.
I bet Taiwan would be crazy.
We gotta find the time and the place.
So how do you like even establish that kind of like that network system?
Pinpoint which one of those places would be the best to go,
yeah, or even if I would be afraid of like
come from which one. That's crazy.
Well, it's funny that you guys say it because I mean overall they kind of came knocking at our doors and offering some the products at one point, mostly with JC. Now and then JC kind of said, okay, look, well let's see who you have and let's see what I have. And some of the connects that we have were the same people. Then he has some that I don't have, and I have some that he doesn't have.
Oh.
And even though we're close, we still don't share that between each other.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We do it.
Yep.
But I mean, we also have like it comes to the point where it's gotten to the point where JC and I sell stuff to them, so that they can't get access to.
Wow.
Or that maybe only the U.S. will have it, and then certain people even reach out. Because they're like, oh, their connects over there. They'll resell the shoes that are not coming out in China for a while, and try to sell it to like the fake companies, which at the end of the day, business is business.
Mm-hmm.
I don't support the fakes, but that's how they make the money sometimes. They gotta say, and I can make $2,000 on a Yeezy, for example. Just because they want to go ahead and make that fake.
Yeah, and they can sell the fakes at retail, and everyone will think we're getting there. They're getting a great deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Great deal.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they each have their own thing.
And it's so hard to tell fakes now. Like fakes get really, really good right now.
All right. No, I mean the thing with the fakes nowadays is that they're very close. A lot of these companies have connections with the retail materials. And they'll just kind of like substitute, the glue, for example. The glue will be much cheaper than a glue that you use at a retail pair.
Essentially saying that they're able to make these like true authentic fakes because they use the authentic material, but it's not authorized by the actual company.
Pretty much. I mean, they'll substitute here and there a little bit. Like I said, a little bit of different parts that the retail pair will use. But yeah, they're very close. I mean, we've seen a lot of close ones.
Yeah, like I know I feel like there's a lot of just fake retailers out there that are pumping the Yeezys because they're so flooded, but the Yeezys hype is like kind of dying out right now, and that's not an early pair of shoes that I always see you guys going after. I see you guys going more for Jordans.
And Nike, yeah.
And Nike.
Nike, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan is something that has always been around. You know, I feel like the Jordan 1 and the Jordan 4 will be the more numbers that are releasing this year, based on just what we've been offered.
Yeah, and
the Yeezy.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I feel like the Jordans are definitely, like you said, they're just so iconic. Like, there's just such a long history. That's why there's so much hype behind it. Yeah, you know? And they do so many collaborations. Adidas does a good job with collaborations, but Nike, like,
hits it out of the ballpark.
Yeah, they almost went out of business, and they just use collaborations to build their whole business back up. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, the Nike has a little bit of stuff that they try. I guess I think Nike is more willing to listen to other designers and kind of share different ideas out there, like the Nike Sakai collaboration, the Fear Gods.
Yeah, Fear Gods for sure.
They have some, you know, the whole cause coming back with the Nike and the Jordan.
Yeah, the cause Jordan,
the Travis Scotts and all that. So you have at least 5 collaborations within a couple of months before Adidas probably drops one.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
And Adidas is, you know, the 4D was cool and all, but it wasn't like a super major turning point for the whole brand to just kind of dominate.
No. And it's limited, but with a high retail, so it's also one of those things that's it's so hard to get, and you're paying so much for it too. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is the whole 3D printed, like all that good stuff, and it's understandable, but it's still crazy.
Yeah,
you know?
It's still so much for a shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say just that. It's the retail factor of the pricing as well. It also makes a big difference.
Yeah, it's insane. Because for a Nike,
you don't have most of these shoes from Nike. Probably, you know, retail don't go past the $250.
Exactly,
yeah, and that's nice.
Yeah,
doesn't break the bank.
And then even Adidas, you know, they have some shoes that go for like the 260 plus mark.
Yeah, well, for the Pharrell NMDs, when they restock and the value is going to be so underpriced, like they restock for 250.
Exactly.
And then Yeezys are 220, and sometimes they sell at retail, and it's like, damn.
Yeah, I mean, right now the what is it, the BYMs, Chinese New Year's, Pharrells that are coming out, they're retailing for 250. And we're buying them under retail, but normally we usually buy them above retail.
Yeah.
That can tell you the shoe's gonna be sitting for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
And it might be one of those things where it's like, let all the people that have them now like beat them out, and so when they go for restocks, like they'll come to you and just pay retail.
Yep.
Pretty much.
And at least you make a little bit because you're paying under retail now for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Or hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. We're not getting that much of a big quantity. Whenever, like I think a lot of people feel that we have, like, say, dozens of shoes, kind of like a backdoor style. And in reality, we keep like a small stock, just kind of like 3-4 pairs of each shoe. Get the most common sizes from like an 8 to a 10.5, which is normally sizes that loyal customers will pick up automatically. And if we get another order here and there, we'll make sure that we get it before we process the order. So it is a different process that we do, just so that we don't sit on shoes until we get something working. Like we're working on an online store. Hopefully, we get that running up before the end of the quarter, and it just see how we go from there. Like we haven't really jumped into the backdoor retail market, like you would call it.
Yeah. Seems like a hard spot to get into, you know?
Yeah. Do you guys already have someone building your website and stuff?
We each of us have our own domains so far, and we're just trying to get the time to do it and go from there.
You each have your own domain. Are you each gonna create your own separate like e-store? I guess.
We have our separate ones just because that's kind of like how it's like. There's still some people out there that although I tag JC or JC tags me, they'll still they still don't follow us, stuff like that. So we're going like overall, if God forbid something happens between the both of us and we each go our own ways, it's better to just have it separate. Mm-hmm. But we are working on something together where we're actually gonna make it into like a company together, and we're just trying to find a cool name that are both of us get attracted to it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. That's cool. That's awesome.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have any events coming up or anything like that you guys are going to be like going to or like setting up at?
Yeah, well, we have a couple of stuff in the works right now. Recently, this year we kind of like we have a partnership with Hype Central, which is like a local event here in Florida.
Okay.
We went to their second event last year. That's coming. We have that event coming up in April. We also have SneakerCon right now coming in next week, Saturday.
Nice. Yeah.
We'll be at SneakerCon Fort Lauderdale. And at the same time, we have Sneaker Games in March.
Okay.
And I think there's another event in March that's taking place, but we're still not sure if that has any type of conflict of interest with our Hype Central company. So we have to kind of look into that first.
Okay. All right. That's cool. You guys seem like you have a lot of stuff coming up though planned.
Correct. Yeah, it's all in the works, and it takes a long process. Like we've been kind of like I said. I know that this meeting was supposed to be taking place a couple of weeks ago, but right now because of SneakerCon, we're trying to get all our orders in to at least have like a table exclusively of shoes that are unreleased.
Yeah,
that's normally what we try to do. This is technically going to be our second SneakerCon. The first SneakerCon we went to was the Houston event.
Do you guys buy a lot of shoes when you go to somewhere like SneakerCon as well, or do you wait to maybe like sell some of the pairs and then use that money that you guys make as a profit to go and buy something else that you could sell again?
Well, the last event we went to, we normally don't pick up much. A lot of people that shoot us DMs are always asking us if we have certain shoes that are already released.
Oh, okay.
And we try to stay with just kind of like the early pairs.
Yep.
To kind of be our specialty.
Yeah.
Because we have a couple of shoes that we're taking up to SneakerCon. I think so far the plan is to be we're going to be part of like displaying kind of like the exclusive grails, what you call it, with our partner, with our sponsor from Soul Trees.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Then we have our different table, to kind of just have shoes for sale.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Tell Evan we said what's up when you see him.
But what we're trying to do is, I know that there's a lot of shoes that are coming out the day of the event, and like the Bape Ultra Boost.
Oh yeah, those are those
UNC patent leather Jordan 1s.
Oh damn, those are.
So what we're trying to do is see if we can get a couple of retail pairs for those, just so we can have them at the event. So that way, people that do make it to the event don't have to take the L. Of not going to the retail stores trying to cop them.
Yeah.
So we're trying to work with somebody on that. But I knew we have.
Yeah, because you had pairs before, didn't you? You had the UNC patent leathers like before. I remember seeing JC wearing a pair.
Yeah, two days.
Yeah, and you guys gave him a pair, didn't you?
2 days. He bought that pair at SneakerCon Houston.
Dang. Okay.
And he also bought the Soulflies, the Soulfly size 9. It was the first pair. The first pair that we got was exclusively for him. And the same thing with
the Nerds
4D sample.
Oh, really?
Dang.
That's pretty cool.
The ones you will see posted by him. So he got the first patent leather. That was before we even knew that there's supposedly a male version.
Right.
So we got him the female size.
Yeah.
Oh, there is dropping a male version? I thought it was female only.
Well, rumor is that there's only the male. There is a male version too. We still haven't seen it. but I mean, we've been able to get only the female ones.
Okay.
Yeah, and his foot is small. He wears like a size 8 or 9, so like he wears like a 10 or 11 in women's.
Probably, yeah. Probably a 10.
I think the biggest one is a 12. So that's gonna be like a male 10.5.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so he wears like a 9 or 10.
Yeah.
That's crazy though that you plugged him up like that. Like that's a solid connect to have. Like he's blowing up at that urban necessities, right?
Yeah. Do you sell to him often, or was it just that one time?
No, they did.
No, we sold them a couple pairs. We went ahead and sold them 2 more Soulflies.
Yeah, they do it on a regular basis.
Huh, that's crazy. That's insane, man.
We sold him the Desert Ores before SneakerCon.
I know exactly. Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
I mean that relationship was mostly JC.
Okay.
JC built it with him. He store in Vegas a couple of years ago, and what we with him is kind of like a connection where we'll send him a picture of what we have, and then he's kind of like a Tinder. He'll swipe left or swipe right. He'll pass or drop, and then we go from there. The Sakai's that he just got, Nike Sakai. I think he posted up the picture, but he still hasn't worn them yet.
Yeah.
We got that colorway for him, and I think we have the blue one coming in.
Oh, nice.
Right now for Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, okay, nice. Dude, that's crazy. That's awesome. So it just happened to be he met him at a sneaker shop in Las Vegas.
Correct. JC took him Adidas Parlay special edition. I think they're very limited. And then ever since then they exchanged numbers, and that's how we will go from there.
That's crazy. That's a great way to make a first impression, though.
Damn right.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. Is just go with something that hasn't been released
yet.
Yeah,
that's pretty much the one guy that I really admire in this whole sneaker community, because he's a very humble guy, and coming from what he says, his roots of being the guy that he is today, with having a successful store in Vegas, now opening one up in New York, and probably a couple more in the future. It kind of makes you see that it is possible if you grind, and he's a hard worker. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, dude, he's always out there fucking hustling, and he puts out content all the time on his YouTube.
Dude, that's crazy though. So, when you guys go to like SneakerCon and stuff like that, so you guys just set up a booth, and is it just you and JC, and that's it?
Well, no, we have another partner in with us that he kind of helps us out. He's the one that well, I guess he's the main reason why JC and I hooked up together.
Oh, okay.
At school, when he hooked us up, and he's like, oh yeah, this guy can help you out, grow and whatever, and this and that. But when it comes to SneakerCon or sneaker events, it's usually the three of us.
Okay.
And he's most of our. How would you say? He makes sure that everything runs smooth. So he's making sure that where's going to be our table, our setup, making sure that everything is displayed correctly, and that we have everything in place.
That's awesome. That's crazy. You guys do a pretty good amount of business when you're there? Do you have like customers who maybe like come through every single time, or do you just at least sell a decent amount every time?
It's kind of complicated in the sense that when you have Urgy shoes, everybody doubts them. Everybody thinks that they're fake.
They think they're fake. So
a lot of these events, they don't have like legit checking points, kind of like SneakerCon. So it's very hard for them to buy it. It's only people that know you in the community. They're like, oh yeah, that's sold by JC. He's legit, so we don't have to, or Souls for Less, they sell for 2J. So it's things like that. Only those type of people would normally cop from you. Like, I already got a couple of orders for SneakerCon that the people are going to pick up at the event.
Okay.
And but it's funny because once people start noticing, hey, bro, that's sold by JC or that's sold for less, then they'll go ahead and buy it. So we normally make no money throughout the first 5 hours of the event.
Right.
And then the last 3 hours, people want to buy everything,
Dang. At least it still works out, though, in your favor with people coming in at the end. So that's good.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's a little frustrating at the beginning because
Yeah.
even when we went to SneakerCon Houston, we had like a little bit of a, how would you say, a sour taste
Yeah.
in our mouths, in the sense that they're one of a known YouTuber. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna go into names. Decided to kind of question the shoes that we had, so he had the sneaker guy come out and legit check them from the regular sneaker legit checking booth.
Right.
He literally made him come out of his way to come check our shoes, and the guy told him, "Look, I can't check the shoes. The shoes haven't been through my hands first." So, like, usually, I think SneakerCon runs a sense that if the shoe has been still unreleased, they can't really study it, and they can't tell you if it's 100% authentic.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we were never like, and the shoe I'm talking about, it was the Yeezy Static Full Reflective,
Yep.
and I think the Air Force Ones Volt off white.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So he wanted to buy them. But he's like, "Oh no, I gotta make sure they're legit." And
Right.
the guy told him, "Look, man, these shoes haven't come out yet. I haven't been able to see them, and right now I gotta go back to my station. I can't really dissect this shoe right now."
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Dang, that's crazy.
Do you ever get like past reviews from your past buyers?
Did I ever what?
Do you ever get reviews from your like past buyers? Just by like once the shoe is dropped, do you say like hey, go to your local shoe shop and check the validity of this shoe with your local shoe shop to like generate reviews for your company?
I think I got in a few, and I have to just take the time to put them into like my archive.
Mm-hmm. Dude, because that's like the best way to build it up.
Yeah, I want my recent event was actually somebody that wanted to buy the Soulflies, and he didn't believe me, so he wanted me to go to the Soulfly store so they could get them authenticated.
What?
And so we went to the Soulfly store, but this is the funny part. We go up to the Soulfly, and the person that I guess was at the counter that day said, "Oh, I haven't seen a friend of family pair, so I can't really tell you if they're legit."
Damn,
Really?
Isn't that how it always goes when you have those exclusive access?
How many of those people, even at the store, do you think have seen the friends and family pair?
Not many.
And I think that would only have to be in the sense that we're there when maybe the owners are there,
Exactly.
or somebody that actually has the shoe on feet.
So it's like the chances of that even being able to happen.
Yeah, because there was
so
only
slim.
like 258 of them or something like that.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, I mean, and we've
numbered,
also gotten some people that they're afraid to buy directly through us. So we would buy them through, like, we use GOAT in the sense whenever we have the shoes with no boxes.
Yeah.
And we'll post them up in GOAT, but we'll tell them, look, because we're not going to get our money right away, you got to pay a little bit extra, but at least you're going to get them legit checked by somebody.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
So far that seems to be working for some people.
Yeah.
Damn, that's fair.
Because it's going through a second hand, so they're like, oh, at least it's being processed through someone else to look at.
Yeah, it's getting
It makes them
authenticated.
feel more
Correct.
comfortable. Yeah.
Correct. And I mean, we got right now. I think we have a couple of stuff posted. The Chinese New Year's Human Glides, we have them up posted, I think for $200, $300, somewhere around there.
It's not bad.
So people know, and they buy it through there sometimes.
Yeah. Dang, that's crazy.
It's a good way to hustle, though. Just
Yeah.
use the platform, because there's still like traffic and stuff that's on GOAT that isn't normally like floating around on Instagram.
Or Grailed, or maybe StockX and stuff. Like, just random things.
Yeah.
Yeah. People check it, maybe on
And
other
that's-
stuff.
And that's sometimes the way that people tell us, oh, how do you know your plugs sell your legit stuff? We technically, like, let's say JC gets it, he posts it, and I buy it right away for like a lower price, and we're pretty much just getting the legit check for free.
Oh, yeah,
true.
there you go.
Yeah.
So
'Cause
all
you
we're
know it's real.
losing is pretty much the fees
shipping.
that they'll charge you for it.
Yeah.
It's a good
So
idea.
that's just an inside secret for you.
Yeah.
Damn, that is a smart idea.
Yeah, that's insane. That's awesome.
Well,
Yeah. I think
do you
that's,
do you want to give a shout out to the community or anything? I think that's we don't really have any more questions, and that was honestly that was a good chat.
yeah. I feel like that was pretty solid.
Yeah, no. Overall, I guess I want to shout out everybody that supports our channel, Soul by JC and Souls for Less. as well as keeps posted with you guys, checking you guys stuff out every day. And just pretty much I appreciate everybody trusting the process that we have, and I guess I'm the one that if JC doesn't get through with you guys on the DMs, shoot me the DMs and I'll forward it to him if it's something important. It's just that at certain times you gotta understand that JC is a very busy guy with 30,000 followers. So his DMs are probably
flooded.
I don't know how many times bigger than mine.
Yeah.
At the same time, we get a lot of people that are flakers or just ask too many questions. So at any time, I mean, I try to respond to all of them, but there are certain ones that I'll just block because obviously I'm not wasting the time. But we, overall, like I said, one of the things that the reasons why we linked up with JC was because I bring that whole business aspect, customer service, and things like that at one point is going to work for us if we decide to keep growing.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
100%. And just establishing a little bit of teamwork always helps, man. Just like to take the workload off of both you or him makes it a little bit easier.
Correct. I mean, and like overall, giving like the opportunity like you guys to talk to us about it, and they want to know how can we tell that we're selling legit stuff, or how do we know, if sold by JC, where we from, how we get our shoes. There's obviously certain things that we have to keep out of it.
Yeah, keep secret.
Yeah, exactly.
Secret, but it's just kind of like for our protection. But yeah, man. I mean, we're here for any time. If anybody wants to do a follow-up podcast, any questions that they want to share with you guys to ask us, we're here. I mean, I speak on behalf of JC. Like I told you right now, he's I don't know. I think he's in school today, But yeah, man, if anyone's going down in Miami or Fort Lauderdale for the SneakerCon event, we'll be there. I think with the Sultry's booth, if we get suited in that same area, and then we're also gotta be Sneaker Games in March and Hype Central in April. So those are the three events for sure that we're going to. We're still undecisive on any of the other sneaker cons, but I'm pretty sure we'll keep everybody posted.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Big shout out to @SoulsForLess. If you need any hype shoes on the early release, go ahead and follow him, give him a shout out, and go ahead and hit him in the DMs.
Pick up those early pairs.
Yeah, anytime, guys. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thanks, man. All right, brother.
Good night, man.
Anytime, man. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for the time.
Yeah, brother. Peace.
All right.